Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today I'm covering Selling Sunset, Season 3, Episode 2, Confidence is Key. I thought this was a really good episode. We're definitely building some tension here, especially with Davina, which I know is a huge sore subject for all of us, including me. We get into that jerk that's the client, and we'll talk about it all. So let's get into it. So this episode kicks off at the office, the fanciest real estate office I've ever seen. They're having their team meeting, and they start out by complimenting Mary. So Mary was able to sell her wedding venue on her wedding day. I'm using wedding day in quotations because it turns out they got married years ago, but who cares for the show, the wedding day. She sold this big house. I don't know about all that green stuff growing all over it. For $9.1 million. She made a $228,000 commission on her wedding day. That's amazing. That's a hell of a wedding gift. The next one they talk about is Chrishell, who I love. Knowing what all is going on in her personal life, I really root for her anytime she sells a house. So Chrishell's whole thing is she lives in the valley and she knows the valley, so she tries to hand out flyers and get her name out there. And, well, it worked because she was able to sell this house. She sold this house for $4.1 million, which got her a $123,000 commission. Take that, Justin Fartley. Then we go over to Heather. She's in escrow on Nichols Canyon for $2.1 million, which gave her a commission of $65,000. That's amazing. So one of the twins that I can't tell apart announces that they're $20 million in escrow this week for the company. Those are incredible numbers. Wow, just the money that they pull in. So they start talking about Amanza, and they're asking about why she's late again. She's having a last-minute nanny issue. And one of the twins tells Mary, tell her she can't be late. And Mary says, you're her boss, you should tell her. And he says, well, she says this will never happen again. If I can't rely on her professionally, then she's gone. And right then we see Amanza walk in. I just have to say, she looks fantastic, but these outfits kill me. I'm just, just imagine dressing like this for work. I can't. Then we go over to Davina and the mother of all listings, and Heather's face kind of sums up how I feel about all this. It's a $75 million house. 15,000 square feet, 9 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms. We'll take a look more at this weirdo house and why it makes no sense, and we'll talk about it in detail. But she talks about wanting to work with Christine in her database of rich men, basically. And then Christine's talking about tonight is her open house at that house that they showed last time with the putting green, the $5.5 million house. And she's doing that broker's opens of burgers and Botox. I feel bad for Amanza. She's a shit stirrer for sure, but they do play up the kids' stuff, and it kind of tugs at my heart. She's got this listing here for $2.5 million. She can't get it sold. It's a $75,000 commission. I think it's her first one that she's trying to work on since getting into real estate. She used to be a house stager, so now she's switched. She's talking about what to do about it, and then he calls her over, whichever twin this is, and talks about her lateness. Can't happen again. And we see RoboCop, Christine going into her broker's event. She's doing that burgers and Botox, co-listing it with Monica. I don't understand this outfit at all, or the glasses. $5.5 million house we got to see inside last time. It's pretty. I don't love how they have it staged. I don't understand California real estate, but it's a $164,000 commission. She set up Quinn and Out Burgers. She's really creative about stuff like that. The other agent here, Monica, wasn't overly impressed, but I thought it was cool. Most people reacted to it. Amanza shows up with her new hairstyle here. Look at Christine's engagement ring. If you haven't looked at it, isn't that incredible? It's huge. We get a shot of Botox, pun intended. We see Mary getting her Botox, which I thought was kind of strange to show. The Quinn and Out burgers, some of these skinny ones are pretending like they're going to eat them. Of course, Heather has to ask if they're vegan. And then they go outside. They're playing around. And they show that Heather has no idea how to swing a club, how it works, where the hole is, what to do. And the guys give her a hard time about that. Next day, back at the Oppenheim group, man, they love to say their name. Look at Christine. What is happening here? What is this outfit? What's going on? What are these shoes? I'm a little speechless on all this. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. The earrings. What's happening? So they're sitting around. They're talking. They're talking about having shakes rather than eating. Yeah, it sounds good. Maybe consult Teddy Mellencamp on an eating plan. One of the twins I can't tell apart calls Mary over to look at a listing. The rest of the girls get jealous. This is an ongoing thing with them. They used to date, so he throws listings at her. They share custody of a dog. He throws listings at her. It's a whole thing. Amanza comes over. She's trying to talk about this listing, this 2.5 listing that she has. She got an offer for somebody to rent it, not buy it. So they're talking about how that would work. Whichever twin this is explains to her that it's reasonable, I'm using that in quotation marks, to rent out $4,000 for every $1 million the house is worth. Let that number sink in. We go over to the $75 million god-awful monstrosity. I don't understand it. I don't understand the price. I don't understand the look of it. It just makes no sense to me. Yeah, so we can see some features here. This god-awful garage, this god-awful bedroom. I don't get it. I don't get the price. $2.2 million commission is incredible. So Davina brings on Christine. She goes to meet Adnan, the owner. And what a dickhead. Let's talk about him for a second. You talk about no personality. Christine is there to help sell his house. And he's got it in his head because he took 3 years to build the damn thing, built it so weird, and he thinks it's worth that, then it should be worth that. I'm sorry, buddy, that's not how real estate works. Just because you like it doesn't mean anybody else is going to like it, especially at that price. You're dreaming. So Christine dares ask him a question like, hey, how much did you pay for these lots? He freaks out. He's like, no, do your job. You figure it out. That's bullshit. She's just trying to get the information, and I do give her credit because she handled herself well here. She's trying to get the information so she can help make the sale. You know, it's in her best interest to sell it to make all that money, but he's dreaming. I think this whole thing is just a nightmare. So back at the office, there's another Oppenheim group sighting. It's Chrishell. She's showing off that she got one of her listings in a magazine. She's super excited about it. One of the twins I can't tell apart comes and celebrates and gives her a big high five. There you go. So he pretends to leave for the day, so that way it can be Chrishell and Davina in the office by themselves, even though we saw other people in the background in the last scene. So things start out okay. They're going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, Davina doesn't understand why. It's a whole thing. They go back and forth. It's so stupid. Davina's pissed and siding with Christine about this whole Christine versus Mary thing. And Chrishell is pissed and siding with Mary. And Davina is saying, I don't understand why you had to involve Amanza in all this. And Chrishell says, Christine involved the whole office. It's lunacy. That you care that I told Amanza, but you don't care that Christine told everyone. So, I don't know. I don't know whose side I'm on this. I really don't. I'm not a huge Christine fan, but I like what she adds to the show. She doesn't bother me like she bothers most people. So, yeah, I like Chrishell. I don't like Davina, so if that says anything. We get to see a little bit of Amanza here with her children. Beautiful kids, Breaker and Noah. And, yeah, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on here. Interesting to see her personal life. Sounds like she's struggling with being a single mom, and I feel for her. I hope she sells a house. Back to Davina's god-awful listing. So, Christine's fiance, Christian, you know I'm a straight shooter with you guys. This guy, I mean, she loves him because he's rich, no? But I did like him in this scene because he's basically saying, why the hell is this guy pricing this house so high? And Christine can't come up with an answer for it either. So just coincidentally and not at all arranged by the producers, the homeowner and his wife come home. And the wife is channeling very much Tinsley at the reunion vibes with 30,000 necklaces on. this guy's still being a dick, and Christian dares ask a question about how much he paid for something. Again, he sidesteps, what does it matter? And sell my house. So then back at the office, we see this guy who looks kind of douchey. Preston, he's the real estate agent that is on the other side of the sale that Mary sold on her wedding day. And it's that venue. So they're super excited, whichever twin this is super excited that they sold it on her wedding day. They're making this into a huge storyline. There you go. So Mary has very manic energy, and she's super excited. Meanwhile, Amanza gets a phone call that unfortunately the guy no longer wants to lease that house that he was looking at. So she talks to one of the twins, and he basically just tells her, sell it. So after the pep talk she had with her kids, she's motivated to sell it. That is it for the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Excited to see where this is going to go. I already know where it's going to go, but I'm excited to talk about where this is going. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. So I am covering all kinds of stuff right now. Potomac, I'm finishing off Below Deck Med, thank God. I'm covering Ladies of London. I'm covering this, of course. So stay with me. Watch my stuff. Let me know what you think. If there's something you want to see covered, let me know. I'm open for suggestions. I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback, and leave me comments below or find me on Twitter at Real Recaps. And I thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.